Hello YouTube, it is your boy Rodney Hits TP, coming through with a little video for you guys on that coronavirus price action. Now, by no way, shape, or form am I degrading the seriousness. Obviously lives are being lost, and that's not a good thing whatsoever. But this is just a very interesting time right now. 2020 is on a hot streak already. It's been some interesting stuff going on here, man. And this coronavirus is just it's really just crazy how this stuff is unfolding right now. Just a little interesting altogether. But before I go any further, if you're new to the channel and you want some unique, interesting Forex content, I'm your guy, man. You gotta hit that like button, subscribe, share with everybody. If you want to stay up to date with me, join the Telegram in the description. I'm telling you, some fire is coming, as well as my socials, right? But I want to talk about this coronavirus for a second. I just think I don't know, man. It's odd. It's odd to me. I'm not that kind of person. I'm not some conspiracy guy. I'm not. Obviously, you're going to run into that with all these different things. You always do. It's always some stuff. Just a little history about what's going on. And you don't have to take my word for this whatsoever. I'm not going to go bring up sources or anything like that. You can go do your own research. But this is something I actually was talking about in my free Telegram. For those that were interested and those that were trading, letting them know, hey, this is a very dangerous time to be trading. 2020 is going to be very volatile, right? But what I'm talking about in terms of the coronavirus, I stated that the coronavirus is not a new virus, which it's not. It's not new. It's actually been around for at least 2 decades. It's really transmitted from animals to humans, right? And then obviously now humans to humans. It even originated from eating cats and bats and camels. Now, the animals I'm not too sure on, because I've also heard armadillo, and either way, we shouldn't be eating that stuff anyway. But nonetheless, it all depends on the strain, technically. Anyways, in 2019, though, which was interesting, mid-December, a new strand of coronavirus basically surfaced in mid-December, right? From a seafood market in China. Okay, now nothing against anybody over there, but there's some interesting things that go on in those markets. And what's interesting is this for me. Okay, now follow with me. In 2004, the CDC filed a patent on a newly isolated coronavirus known as the SARS. You're familiar with that. It expired January 24th, 2020. Okay, now this is for me, it's a pure coincidence given the timing this media outbreak is. Okay, now in 2015, the Pirbright Institute filed a patent for a live coronavirus to be used in the production of vaccines. This institute is funded by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and recently received $5.5 million to do what they do. Right? They were coincidentally chosen to create the vaccine behind this current outbreak. All right? They were even partnered with Innovo Pharmaceuticals Incorporated, right, which is also funded by Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation to create this vaccine. And for those of you that don't know this either, they actually made the vaccine for the Zika virus, right? In a record-breaking time of 7 months or something like that, right? Now, the pharmaceuticals, Innovo Pharmaceuticals, also will be partnering with Wistar, which is also funded by Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, right? Janine One also, which is funded by Bill and Melinda Gates and sponsored by the U.S. FDA, Twist Biosciences, which is also funded by Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. And if the Wistar Institution sounds familiar, it kind of should. This is the company that produced the WI-38 cell line derived from the too many to count aborted fetuses in the vaccine injected into your children. Okay. And then lastly, in October 2019, the Johns Hopkins Bloomberg School of Health Center for Health Security held an event 201, which simulated an outbreak of a theoretical coronavirus that ironically looks exactly like what's playing out right now. It ultimately becomes a childhood disease for which we need to vaccinate against. And guess who that's funded by? The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. You know, you really can't make this stuff up. I mean, just remember, guys, you know, financial establishment, medical and military are all part of a bigger narrative. Okay, now nothing I just stated has anything to do with the charts. I just thought that was interesting. It may give you some insight on what I'm about to show next, but ultimately understand that there's always a bigger narrative. Okay, now I'm not gonna get super duper deep. That's I didn't want to really dive too deep in the rabbit hole with this, but it's just interesting how the charts correlate. Like I said, the news doesn't really really doesn't do anything for me. Obviously, it pushes price, right? It's what moves the emotion. It stirs the emotion up. But the candlesticks will always tell me what I need to see. Right now, what I like to do when I look at US 30, okay, what I like to do is I like to find my leaders and my laggards, right, amongst the three indices. Right now, those of you that don't know, the correlating indices obviously is the NAS 100 and then the SPX 500, right? These are the correlators, right? These are the partners, right? This is all supposed to be one big happy family. This is the gang, okay, guys? Now, like I said, leaders and laggards. Okay, now for those of you, I mean, hopefully you know what a later is. If not, all good. All right. Leaders, I got it pulled up here. It's the person who leads or commands our group, right? And laggard is a person that makes slow progress. Okay, so we want to find our leader amongst the laggards. That's what we're focused on, guys. That's all we're focused on. So let's look at a couple. Let's just look at price. Let's look at price right here. Let's look at price right here. Let's pick this area right here. Let's see if it gives me a. I didn't mean to do that. Here we go. Hold on one second. All right. After I fought with that for quite some time, let's just pay attention to what we got going on here. Let's just keep it going. Okay, now, like I said, we want to find our leaders and our laggards. Right now, in this scenario, this point in time in the price action, right, we have US 30, the Dow Jones, making a nice higher low, right, continuing that bullish momentum, as well as the SPX following suit, and then you got your NAS following suit. Perfect. Exactly what they should do. Okay. Now, let's travel to other sides of the currency. Okay, if we can get this down here. All right, and I think we can get this. There we go. Just want to get it to where everything is on the same page here. All right, now, another beautiful scenario, just to note, run, all three run. Excellent. Now, let me get rid of that. Coming in hot here, NAS comes in, makes a nice higher low. SPOOS comes in and then, oh, wait a minute. this made a lower low. Okay. What about US 30? Lower low as well. Okay. Now that is relatively interesting, right? But what did we just do here, guys? We just found our leader, right? See, obviously, they all have the same agenda, right now. And of course, the indices have the same agenda, right? But the NAS made a higher high, right? In a bullish environment. Okay, so this is automatically our leader, right? This is our leader, right? Because it signified everything else. And these are the laggards, right? See, they're lagging behind, right? So in this case scenario with divergence, I would be playing the leader. Now, me personally though, I'll play all of them. Actually, I'll tell you, I'll play all of them because, like I said, they do have that same agenda. But notice the price action from the NAS, right? Very aggressive, very explosive, right? But this is the divergence between the three, right? And I hope you're understanding and follow along with what I'm getting at here. And so I want to take you down now to where price currently, well, not currently, but I'd say like pre-coronavirus. Okay. Coming in hot here, you got the NAS 100 as we make that new all-time high yet again, right? Nice high being made, right? And then you got the S&P coming in, making another one, right? It's very, very small, but you can see a little bit there. It did come up higher, right? And then you got the US 30 coming in, and wait a minute, that's a lower high, right? And so now, all right, make this look a little better here. I'll draw another one, I don't care. What did we just do? We found our leader amongst the laggards. And so the price action after tells the story. Right, I could actually remove these. Right. And I know you're probably in shock right now. You thought that the coronavirus was what was pushing price down. But in actuality, if you understood price, I mean, you could have lived under a rock. You could have called it anyway. So is it really the coronavirus, or is that just like I speak in the other videos, the magic, right? They distract with the left and work with the right. Is there something else going on here? Now, like I said, I'm not some kind of wizard or conspiracy theory crazy guy. I'm not oblivious though. I will say that I'm not oblivious to the facts and what's swept under the rug. But it is interesting. Hugest crash of all, like, really, ever. It's the biggest drop ever. And it's just crazy, man. It's really interesting. And it's so much fear. Wow. I mean, guys, it's very, very timely. That's all I'm going to say. But just think about that for a second. That little bit of divergence, right? Now, I could go into technicals on how to get in and things like that, but it's not really necessary. It's not really truly necessary for me to go that in depth. But in terms of what's going on now, what I'd see. So for me, right, and nothing I'm about to say is financial advice whatsoever, but I would need some news to back me on going higher right now. We did reach some levels that I was very interested in here and here. Today was very, very nice close after we take this low, right? And so this was the last one that I was interested in. I'm just baffled at how close we got. It's almost as if we instilled some hope. got a little hope going on here, and I can't ignore this being this close. So I would definitely be cautious, right? Please, like I let everybody know in my Telegram, this is a very dangerous time. 2020 is starting off extremely volatile. I mean, all across the board volatile. So please be cautious of the trading you're doing. Be very, very responsible. Trading involves risk. You can potentially lose everything that you put in here, so be mindful of that. But for me, I have to, my eyes bring me here. Right, this is what brings me here, and I can't really look at going higher as of right now, especially the early stages of this virus. So yeah, that's the main focus for me on this. But that's generally it, guys. I mean, that's really it. I don't trade in such a difficult way. I don't. I take the simple approach, and I let price tell me exactly what it is that I truly need. Okay. Last thing I do want to show you guys is a little bit of a graph here. Just something else to build the bias, but this is just the world epidemics and global stock performance during those viruses and outbreaks and things like that. So this is something that I keep up with as well. But just understand, like I said in the beginning, there will always be an agenda. There's always a narrative. Things don't just happen just cause. So I hope this was insightful. I hope this made a lot of sense to you guys. I hope this opened the eyes a little bit. And if this was valuable for you, please, let me know in the comment section. As well as, like, comment, subscribe, and join my Telegram, man. Like, all the updates, everything, staying up to date with me is, I appreciate it. I appreciate those that are interested in what I've got going on. So yeah, man. Also, I want to let you guys know I wasn't going to tell you until the end, because this is only for the people that watch to the end. I am doing a giveaway on my Instagram. Basically, all you need to do is like my pictures on Instagram. Now, what I mean by that is, the more likes, the more entries. That's how better way I should put it, right? And then I'll be announcing what the gift is. I'm not going to say anything, right? It's gonna be a secret giveaway. Like I said, likes equal entries. Okay, so it doesn't take anything to enter. I got about 16, 17 posts, 17 entries. That's a higher chance. Obviously it doesn't matter what the prize is. It's a secret. It's a prize, so it doesn't matter. But keep that, guys, in mind, guys. If you need it, all the links are in the description. I'm losing my voice. And with that being said, this is Rodney, his TP, signing out. Peace.